Alright, man, I'm back. This is the first recording after a break, and I had to start it off on a bang. Who am I here with today, man?
You are here with the Lime King, the head of the council, the big citrus. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Hell yeah, we got my boy. Got Mr. King of the Limes here.
What it do, brother? How we doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Oh, it's a Wollongong morning, so it's hot as shit. In as little layers as I can, sweating all of my holes out. But I have a nice coffee with me, so hopefully that's gonna be cooling me down.
Perfect, man. Hey, I didn't realize this because I'm in Texas, but y'all over there, I think are harder than we are right now.
It's different heats, bro. We got wet heat, y'all got dry heat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I prefer wet heat over dry heat. Like, we was filming out there, bro, hell no. Hell the fuck no, bro.
I hate it here. I want to move, but this is the cheapest place in the U.S. right now, so.
on game, bro. Get that money up, on go.
Hell yeah, let me make sure Alright, man. Hey, so, I gotta start this off with the honest one. I think you know what I'm talking about on this one. The first time most of us ever heard of Limeking was the Pokemon Cypher, the contest. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I was, because I'd like to listen to a couple of music, couple songs before the artist, before I interview, and I was like, nah, we're gonna start at the beginning. How was that little process with when it came to that? What was your mindset going into the Pokemon contest, the little thing? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was watching the videos. I had to subscribe because SHUH played like 30 ads at once. But what was you surprised me. I was not expecting this.
I wasn't expecting it too. I decided to do it when I was fucking drunk as shit. Because I only just started rapping at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had one of my homies who put me on back, like, the SHUH shit back in 2013. We had no idea that there was the competition in 2019. And so when he heard about it, he, like, hit me up and like, oh, you should do it. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. Was drunk, wrote a verse, recorded a verse. And it just happened. I didn't really think about it. It was more a piss take, if anything.
Hell yeah. Now, the thing that was surprising though, and you had a line, and I think was it SHUH that talked about it? 6. One of the two. I think it was SHUH. Was the muck on her ECAF. Now was that sober Limeking? Was that kind of there, or was that blasted? I was just making up stuff. I was just going just to go.
I think that was sober, because you know how there was the 2 rounds?
Mm-hmm.
So that first round was completely, utterly blasted off my fucking face. And then it was like, oh, he's like top 2, oh fuck yeah. I'm like, I can do this blasted? What's it gonna be like if I'm just tipsy? So Macarona E-Cap is like tipsy lime, margarita if you will. Single margarita Lime King. And and then, yeah, it just kind of happened like that.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm not mad at it. Just know that I'm starting to mess here. Y'all lost to a sober to a drunk Australian man.
Yeah, how does it feel?
No, well, we were here for that. I'm not gonna lie, that was the thing. But I want to keep on going talking about the Pokemon part, because that was like. I'm gonna ask this because I gotta know. What took so long for it to drop, man? I don't have no motion with SHUH, so I gotta ask one of the other people's. What took so long to drop? If you can say, if you can't.
I mean, it's very out in the open right now, so it was just on some unpunctual ass shit, right? People have submitted their verse for that cipher a long time ago, and then people were writing at the house, recording at the house, even like if they had like demos and shit and they just needed proper like equipment. It was to the point where CTC, the man himself, just didn't hand in his verse.
Nah.
And it was like, oh, it's a 2023 cipher. Let's give it to you in mid-December. And by that point, we just didn't have like time to properly do everything.
Gotcha.
And it was to the point I was like, what the fuck? We like, Shofu spent all this money, like, for you to be here. He paid for your flight for you to be here, and you gonna be on some bullshit. And then, as the verse came in, fucking Minicon went boxing, because Minicon,
Yeah.
filmed all of it. He was doing boxing matches. He had his life. He can't just wait on this one motherfucker. So it just became a thing of like, okay, let's drop it on next October. So it was all waiting. I shot them the idea of the partner EPs.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up happening. And then, then there was the other thing that happened. Fuck, what was it? I think it was a Minicon thing again, where it was just like scheduling, so we had to push it back to November. But then it finally came out, and yeah, we're here. A lot of scheduling bullshit, bro. Scheduling bullshit.
I feel like as a fan's perspective, we were just like, the scheduling part was so like wonky. Because realistically, like there was like it was out in the open, and like I kind of heard a little bit, but I was like, I'm one of those people that want, if I don't hear it from a direct source that's there, I'm kind of eh. And I know Shofu made a tweet about it, but he deleted it because I woke up late. But I feel like it kind of like the expectations were so high because of how long the fans and everybody had to wait. But I can say, everybody snapped. It was worth the wait.
Everyone fucking snapped, bro. Like, it's so crazy coming as like a fan into the cyber, because now I come in as a fan and then I realize all the behind the scenes. So we're just like all at this house being like, fuck, this is the best one so far, like by leagues.
It was.
It was a unanimous opinion from like everyone. So we were just kind of sat there being like, oh fuck. And especially for the new guys that have like just kind of entered the ring. That would have been me, Jish, and Tai. There was just like the three of us. They called us the starters. We just kind of looking around, just being like, "Oh shit! Like, this is actually happening." Like, we're just like able to witness everything.
Because I was gonna say, no, go ahead.
So even when it came to like the champion cipher, we're just like, yeah, we just made top 2 in a weekend. Like, how crazy is that?
Man, speaking of champion cipher, if you look at the date on my little thing, you would notice that I dropped a reaction to it. Recorded to it last spring before I went on break. Go check that out. Simple little plug. Now, I will say, though, I can't lie. I want to know this because I always wonder this. What was when it came to the groups, like the ghost, all the different types and everything, who came to the executive decision about like who was with who? Because I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it was a house decision, if it was a Shofu decision or anything, but like the pairings seemed kind of like seamless. It seemed like it was just like the perfect pairing with like you, Kez, and Shofu, J-Wits, I think that's his name, Shofu Beatdown, and GE. Like all of them seemed like such a perfect pairing. Was that like a group decision or?
So, from my perspective, because I came in at a time where that was already a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of knew the contest winner was going to be in Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Or like kind of have something where we would slot people in everywhere. Because you notice how like each of the three, like each of the gyms had 3 people.
Yeah.
So the third for Ghost was SHUH, who couldn't end up making it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just ended up being the third for Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just worked out because I feel like out of all of them, I am more suited for Ghost. Out of all the ones that I set up. And all the other ones kind of had their idea about it. Like, you can tell that the fighting type had like punchy bars.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that the water type had the flows. Dark type makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these different things, and so when you look at the people that like are in there, it's the motherfuckers with the flows that are with the water, the motherfuckers with the punch bars. They're in fighting. It's like you can tell the aesthetic of the tag, like by the group that was there. So like they already had all that planned before I kind of popped out, and then when it came to like the ghost group, it was really just like, oh yeah, let's get violent, let's kill motherfuckers. And it's like, yeah,
this is perfect.
Yeah, and so it was just like, it just really well suited for everyone. And then they had like the Elite Four, so that they didn't have to put people in a box.
Yeah.
So they can have these thematics and then have these Elite Four where they didn't have to like think about putting people in flow or putting people here, putting people there, and create more different shit.
Yeah.
Just ended up becoming everything. It's crazy.
Hey, I can say though, it was one of those like, cause like I've seen a lot of ciphers. I've reacted to a lot of ciphers. They're long. I'm not gonna lie, but the group, I can see like that's such an idea that like if you don't plan it perfectly, it's not gonna work. So I give credit because I was like, you kind of fit in kind of perfectly on that ghost part. So I can definitely say on that, because I think I even said this in the reaction. Y'all was violent. y'all was talking on that one.
Nah, and it just, and because I was already kind of like, the winner was going to be prepped into the killing, into the killing cipher, the Deathly Hallows, you know. But like,
yeah,
I just ended up fitting. It was really coincidence. Like, I don't think at least anyone else in the top 3 that would have made it to come over would have necessarily fit Ghost, you know?
No, yeah.
So it was really interesting that it's just like I ended up winning and I ended up having to suit that group very well. Especially that I got to like link up with Kez, work with Kez, and now that's just the homie, right? He's just the homie now.
Speaking of Kez and speaking of Ghost, you mentioned this earlier with the duo projects and all that stuff, and y'all were the very first one. Now, what was that? Because I think out of the ones that dropped, that was one of the ones that got the most love, and from what I've seen. And what was that mindset like? What was that creative idea going in, dropping that kind of near? I don't know if that was necessarily when you realized that, hey, this cipher might be a little delayed, or was that just like, hey, let's just drop, let's just go? Like, what was that little mindset going with it?
So the mindset is like, you got to realize that a lot of dub DFA just work with each other in general. And so back then, even though I was rapping like that, I didn't have like setups and things and like a lot of things. So like a lot of these guys got me with the fucking sound installation and the microphone. Most of like my early songs were literally in 4 mattresses. So I like built them up like walls, and I had a mic hanging off of a copper pipe that the water came through to the house. And that's where I recorded all my shit. And that's when they were like, nah, we'll get you set it up. And that's what Kez did. Kez got me taught me how to use FL Studio, because I was still using GarageBand back then.
Ooh.
And yeah, I know. All the submissions, a lot of early songs, that's all GarageBand. It was only until, I'm pretty sure Watch How I Walk was still on GarageBand. That was just with better scripting, but everything after that was recorded in a more professional space. So he was helping me out with all of that, and we were just cooking up a lot of music, and it was just like, yeah, we got to work with each other, and we already had the idea of a joint project, because he wanted to get me off the ground. He knew that his fans would like me, so he just wanted a thing off the ground. So we were already kind of working a lot together, and then once the cipher kind of got delayed, I was like, hey, I'm already kind of cooking with Kez right now. How about we have like a Droptober thing where it's like tape. And he was like, oh, hey, yo, that sounds tough.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't think this is the plan anymore, so I will say it. There was originally going to be dual tapes to go to the Champion cipher as well. So literally, it was me I was already working with Kez. These two other people were already working on a tape together. And so it was just a matter of like, oh, let's just get everyone to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's how we got working. It was literally to the point where I was like pointing fingers at motherfuckers and being like, get in the kitchen fucking now. Right now. Get in that bit.
feel like I know a couple of them you're pointing at.
Oh yeah, for real. Because even though the Tanuks X question mark, because I'll keep that hidden, tape was like getting the work. We were just all pointing at Tanuks, being like, "You need to drop more. You need to drop more. Get that shit out there." And so it was just getting people to work like that, and getting everyone in the kitchen, and it was actually a pretty fun time because you got to see everyone work on a lot of songs. Because in the cypher, you only get to see people work on a singular verse.
Yeah.
But this is when you got to see people in a more holistic sense. So seeing GE and Beatdown work on their shit together, and Sliding and J-Witch with that, like that was just cool to see. And seeing all the process of everyone, and just having everyone cool, it was just cool. So then we all just got to drop. We did. The Limeking and Kez tape wasn't originally meant to be Pokemon themed. And so that's why it wasn't really Pokemon themed. Everyone just wanted the what's the word I'm looking for when you kind of get themes from that on like the cover? It's like alluded to.
Yeah, I think it's literally alluded to. Yeah.
It's like alluded to that, so like a lot of the songs have like thematics, but it wasn't really that. And that's the main reason why New Gen Classic has 6 songs and not 4 like the rest of them, because we were already working.
Ah, perfect. Hey, I'm not complaining. Now,
hey, me either, bro. I like dropping music.
Now, you said you got introduced to like the Pokemon thing in like 2019. Now, what I want to know is that, even though you were using GarageBand, but what kind of inspires you to start like begin making music? Was that just something that just off the top of you, just like, F it, I'm bored?
So, it was a mix of that and like, I don't know if you've ever been to a dance battle before, but when people are like, and you actually see these in a lot of like rap battles and shit. When someone says something or does something hard, everyone has that like weird like ugh.
That stank face.
That stank, that like So like that is where I rap. That's kind of where it went. And so I think I made a rip-off to Family Ties, where I just had a beat switch and then I ended up using that voice. Because originally that was a voice I used for a D&D character that I played at the time.
Oh jeez.
On some barbarian type shit. It kind of makes sense now. I kind of just rapped in that that voice, and then it just kind of happened. Be like, oh, that was kind of hard. I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm keeping it.
I can't.
Weird fucking.
It works. Hey, listen. It
works.
It works. It works. Now, because the thing is, like, you mentioned battle, and I've been to a dance battle. I know exactly what you were talking about too. Now, speaking of battles though, you did a battle on this great YouTuber Eddie FRB, and you did that against Peso.
Yeah.
And I can't even lie. The reason why I'm bringing it up is that's one of my most viewed reactions. So, hey, we'll love it on that. Now, when you had that, and you were King K. Rool, and I can't lie, this may be just me, but that might have been one of the most aggressive tones I have ever seen you in. Like, do you change, like, because you're very, like you said, you always have that type of voice, and you always have that type of, like, screaming adjacent, like, barbaric type thing with your flows and everything. On that one, you seem like you took it from a 7 to about an all the way 10 out of 10 when it came to that. Was that, like, your idea with King K. Rool? Were you just like, nah, I'm just going to do it, and if it sounds like that, it sounds like that? Like, what was your kind of thing going on this?
So, I mean, there's a lot to set that up for that choice. Because, first of all, Eddie fucked with my submissions. was already planning to do shit with Peso.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of asked me to be in this, like, because the whole thing about that battle was gonna be like a very experimental thing.
Yeah.
Right? It was gonna be very, very different. And so when there was like, oh, Flying Dutchman versus King K. Rool, it was like, and because I was like battling Peso and I already knew his work as a Flying Dutchman and a lot of other projects, that I kind of sat back and was like, okay, me being King K. Rool, what is the combo here? Because I personally know, like, even though I watched the cartoon, like the 3D animation of Donkey Kong, I know for a fact that the voice actor did a very disingenuous job of representing King K. Rool. Because he heard King and went full British, right?
Speak on it.
Yeah. So, like, and I was like, okay, so what the fuck does Eddie want? Like, yeah, he can describe it, but what does he want? So I looked into King K. Rool, and I realized that King K. Rool is if the Batman and the Joker was the same person. Like, you just look into it. King K. Rool is like the leader of an island. He has so much money, but he's also just batshit insane. And he's just like, I want to make a banana that shoots pedophiles. Bing! I want a fucking this and that. And like if you realize like all the shit and how insane this motherfucker is, and how deranged this motherfucker is. Deranged. That's the word.
Yep.
And so it's like, it was the thought process and came in there. It's like, this motherfucker is so deranged and so there that I need to be as deranged as possible. And then it wasn't even the scream. It was just like, how deranged and fucked up can I get this voice while also just like having the smoke? Because that's the thing, like, he's so fucking deranged and so crazy, but he's smart enough to get the chopper to work in his backpack, you know? Like, inventions to work. So, you have to be so intelligent with the bars, so deranged with the delivery. Like, the mad scientist to the T. So that's kind of how I got into that decision. And then when it kind of happened, and I, like, wrote that first verse, Eddie literally sat back there and it's like, this might be the greatest verse I've ever been handed. Of all time.
Listen.
It's like, oh shit.
Listen.
Hey, fuck.
When you put that KKK bar in, I lost my mind. I was listen.
No, that was the idea from the beginning, because it was like, how can the scheme be deranged? And so like I thought of like the King K. Rool, like ruling with a K. Because I'm like, I'm on some king shit. Like, realize this is the kingdom. But then I was like, I gotta be deranged. Like, if there's I was like, some sort of KKK rule thing happening. But I'm like, no, we need the build up to show that this guy is smart, and then end it deranged. Like, to just finish it off. And it just happened.
It worked. It worked.
Bro, it worked.
It worked. Now, we have a question from the audience. Now, I will say, this ain't that bad, but I gotta freaking find it. But this coming from another reactor in the community, Dean Reacts. And shout out Dean. Why do I tweet so much? Give me 1 second. I might edit this part out. Oh, here we go. You have your little saying that you always put. You can kind of shout it out here.
Sure.
Now where did that come from? Where did that come from?
It was meant to be. I started saying yo, like you know, Ski Master Slump God. He has like the what yo
Yeah.
sort of thing. So it was just yo, and the yo, and it just slowly devolved into that. Because it was like, yo! I started doing like that as, I think it was like, I was literally, one of the early songs I was rapping, I think it's even deleted now, where I just like, was screaming so much and like wearing out my throat that I literally like, I had a loogie and I spat and I was recording. I'm like, yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna keep that in. So then I kept that. I was like, you know, and then I started doing weird shit to get him more deranged. And then the shh sound kind of
Kicked in.
Started that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just kind of kicked in and then became SHUH.
Now, there's also there's a part 2 to this question, and this one I think is my favorite one. Now we have lemon. I said lemon. We have Limeking. Is there a lemon queen, and will we ever see her?
So, okay, there's the whole naming convention is.
I didn't come up with the name.
No. But like, I know when the name Lemon Queen comes up, they are unaware of the Citrus Council. Are you aware of the Citrus Council?
I am a rookie into the council, man. Speak on it.
So, you might have seen them or might have been aware of them from the music video of White Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Those motherfuckers dancing, that is the Citrus Council. So, we have Limeking. So the Limeking came up. That name came up before the rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us dance. So it's a group of dancers. So there's literally, we don't have a queen because I don't want that association with like king and queen, the relationship type shit. Because a lot of these guys are my students. A lot of these guys are like the people I've taught how to dance.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a Lemon Lord. But that means you also don't know about the Grapefruit Duke, the Pomelo Prince, the Tangelo Fellow, the Divine Clementine, and Yuzu the Guru.
Divine Clementine might be my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Divine Clementine, yeah, she goes hard. She deserves that title, bro. But yeah, these are all my students in the game. So when I get myself a partner, she gonna be the Tangerine Queen. But like as of right now, no.
No, you hear that, Dean? Fix yourself, man. Listen to the council, man. Follow the council, man.
Hey, we put that on the council, bro. We put that on the council. We got named that because we were just like, you know, when you're cooking some like any sort of like rap or art, and you kind of like need that approval process.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how the joke came about. It was like, this is the council approval. Like, do you have the council stamp of approval?
It's the Citrus Council.
The Citrus Council stamp of approval.
Now listen, I know that's your students, but if we ever get a music video for a future song, are you gonna have them in a backup dancer?
I mean, they're in there for White Bitch. They're all in there for White Bitch.
They are. I gotta go check it. out. I'm sleeping. Make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description. I'll put it in there. Now, I don't know if you consider yourself kind of taken off in this community. I know you're a lot more. You're getting up there. Do you see yourself that you taken off in the community, or do you see yourself on that path level going up?
I mean, it's so weird to like brain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to realize how I popped up is very different.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are able to like slow rise, keep working on their craft
Mm-hmm.
to get to a higher level and do that shit. But for me, I was kind of sprungboard into it within the year of me starting this shit. So it's hard for me to even like consider what step I'm on because I skipped so many.
No, yeah, I get you.
Because of how like propelled I was. So like, there's even like people that have been working like twice as hard as me, that have been in the game for twice as long as me, but haven't got that propulsion. But I still see myself as like have gotten above them because of the launch that I had.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm kind of just sitting back here like, damn, I don't know where I'm at properly. Because yeah, I got a big launch, but I don't consider myself up there because I'm still the new kid on the block, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I consider I had the one hit wonder, and now I have to prove that I can still do my shit.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of like see myself as. Because I can't really mentalize how many steps I've taken. Because I'm around so many greats. So it's kind of weird to verbalize that and kind of put myself in a position compared to people. All I know is that like whatever I'm doing and whatever I'm working, I just need to make sure that I got my respect from the OGs, that I'm like, and that I'm still working on my shit no matter where I am on the ladder.
Now speaking of yours, is 2025. We're new into 2025. What's the plan for the King of the Limes? What's the plan for it?
I mean, the plan is just to keep grinding, keep working, get myself in as many devilish holes as I possibly can. Do I announce it here?
Hey, listen. I'll edit it out if you don't want to. I just really want to know. And with the magic part, and now we're back. Y'all don't. I'm gatekeeping this. Y'all don't get to hear about this. Can I give a? Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say. Can I give a little like on that first part? Can I give a little bit of a maybe this is an announcement because this is gonna drop at the end of the month, first March. I won't say the full thing, but
if this is at the start of March, Fever Dream will be out.
Okay, perfect.
The plan is to drop it on the 28th.
Okay, yeah, I'm dropping this the next day. All right, perfect. We cannot disclose what the second part of this was about, but just know if you see a magical edit, a magic cut, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just know 2025. Limeking's going crazy.
Damn right.
Now, speaking of, is there? Obviously, one of my questions was literally, is there any album work coming? We answered one of them. Now, are you gonna drop some singles out there? Are you gonna be appearing on some songs that you can give leeway to?
I mean, I have features at a lot of places that haven't dropped yet. Like a lot of shit that's like, I'm honestly just like wondering when they drop because people like, there's even like a lot of commissions that they got, a lot of verses I sent out to a lot of people. A lot of other people's albums that I'm on. It's just there's a lot of shit happening. There's a lot of singles that I already have prepped for after the album, so that I have like a kind of roll happening, kind of keep the juice flowing. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of work. I want to try and get to I want to drop more than 2. No, we'll keep it there.
Keep it there.
I'll keep it there. I just want to drop a lot.
Perfect, man.
Definitely double digit. Definitely double digit. Definitely more than a song a month.
Man, speaking of albums that you're on, there was a certain artist that we've kind of talked about earlier. Decided to drop a little nice little shiny pack. I mean, he dropped a little pack. And
35 notes on that motherfucker, bro.
And you're on like damn near like 40% of them.
Yeah.
Now you have off the top of my head. I'm pulling up the deluxe, right? I'm pulling the deluxe. You're on the other one too. We'll pull up the whole deluxe. You have the Grax incident. I'm not going in order because I don't care. You have Sonic All Stars rapping, which by the way, I'm gonna say this now. Your verse might be one of my favorites. I don't understand a single word that you're saying, but the energy is there for sure. And my favorite title. I just had I just had sex with your grandma. That might be my favorite title.
Fucking God.
Now, out of those 3 songs that I mentioned, if you had to show one artist one of those 3 little verses and say, yo, get me on your next track, this is the one I'm showing you, which one is it? Because I'm showing I just had sex with your grandma just for the title. The title alone. I love Peso for doing that.
No, it really depends on who I'm showing it to.
Let's say Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry goes, yo, I need a little hear something real quick, and then I'll get you on the next song.
If it's Denzel, I'm showing him Grax Incident. Bro, there's so it just really depends, cause like I don't know, cause how all those songs came about too. Like it's very particular sort of shit. Cause like if Denzel coming to me, I'm showing him Grax Incident, cause that was originally the reason it's called the Grax Incident is because they're 2 songs, but Grax sent us the same beat, and we both made songs on it. So we both kind of just like copy and pasted it together. Like that's why it's called the Grax Incident.
Hey, it works.
it works. That's why Pace was like, hold it, now let's send the beat to Australia. Because that was originally a song called Leg that was on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, we'll put it on Shiny Pack. We'll just go that direction. But then I just had sex with my grandma. That's when I first learned what punching in was. So that was recorded at the Cypher House. So that's the most...
Wait. Pause. You're telling me that it took you to the Cypher House to learn what punching in was?
Yes.
Alright.
It was literally, I just had sex with my your grandma that I learned that, like, what punching in was. Because most of the time, like, even though I didn't think, like, I didn't record as much music as I should have,
Mm-hmm.
I think I did the better thing of literally being in the studio taking notes of, like, how other people was punching in.
Okay.
So, I was there for the entirety of when Ty was making funds,
Mm-hmm.
when all of the Great Ninja Wars were getting made, like, I was in the booth there, when, like, just learning how different people were recording music. Self-Sabotage, when that was getting made, I was there in the booth, just being there watching. So I literally just learned how to punch in. And because Tanuks never really punched in either. And that's the main reason we got him on the song. He's like, hey, you want to try punching in real quick on this goofy ass beat? And then, yeah.
Hey, man.
He had sex with your grandma.
Hey, whoa. Y'all grandma. No, y'all grandma, not mine.
Your grandma, Frozo.
Wait, whoa.
Graham Frozo getting dick down.
Cut the camera.
These eyes I'm giving him, bro.
Alright, anyways.
Yeah, it's canon.
It's a canon event. Anyways.
Okay, so Tanuks and Otis, all in there.
Alright, anyways. Moving on from this blasphemy was getting spoken of here. We're moving on from this little blasphemy because it ain't my grandma, it's y'all grandma. It's not mine.
Grandma.
We're gonna speak on it's anybody else's. Now, I gotta ask this because your energy is very like a 50 out of 10 on any given day, giving off you. Growing up as a kid, little baby Lime, right? Baby Lime. Were you a problem child in school? Were you a chillin'? You were the problem child?
Oh, most definitely, bro. Most definitely, bro. I was the kid that everyone would come like, calm the fuck down. And I'm like, I'm playing Bakugan. Fuck yes. I just peg that shit. You know? I was just a hella energetic person for all of my life.
I was gonna say, were you a very energetic? Were you a very angry kid? Were you a mix of both?
I was a quick to anger kid, but I think mainly it was the energy.
Merely energy.
I was just like, I was the one like, you might not be able to see me, but you can definitely hear me.
Oh, you were the one you had to recognize by voice. Ah, okay.
Oh God.
Hey, listen, that's like half of Texas too. Don't worry. It's not just a you thing. Now, who are you behind the scenes? Obviously, like you said earlier, you have your students. Is that like, are you like teaching for most of the day, and then all of a sudden, boom, come home and then chill, or is you like, F it, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna do everything on this part. Like, who are you behind the scenes? Are you calmer?
Oh, most definitely, bro. Cause like my government name's Hadley, so a lot of the dance world knows me as Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, most days is like the mornings I'm just chill. In the afternoons I teach my students, and then at nights that's when I start recording shit. I mean, the original reason behind the glasses is because I used to teach like 5-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the shit I rap about.
Yeah.
So it's just like the layer there is the whole reason these glasses came about.
Hey man, there's some nice looking glasses.
They're nice looking glasses, and it lets me say that I just had sex with your grandma. So it's like, he's great.
I don't like the emphasis on the your part. Whoa, buddy.
I'm sorry. Truth hurts. Anyway, so
damn it.
a lot of the work is either me teaching just kids how to generally dance, making like dance routines that enter competitions, entering dance battles, and getting my rep there, teaching all over the place. And yeah, I mean, acting is new. I did a movie that was crazy.
Ooh, you gotta give a little more information on that, buddy.
Yeah, so I was in a short film called Yeah the Boys, and I know the term Yeah the Boys is a very Australian thing. It's very much like, the only way I can translate it is like, you know when the frat boys go like yeah after like doing something drunk? That's like when we say Yeah the Boys.
Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah.
The whole film is about like how like when men drink, they start drinking. It's like the fun time, and then there's the violent time, and then there's the I love you man. That's the whole film.
It's the three emotions of a drunk man.
Of like of a drunken night. So that's the whole movie. And I played a character that's meant to be the big stone fucking guy that ends up just fucking being like, I fucking love you, man, after a couple drinks. So that there's like barely any like vocals in there. I'm just like the crazy motherfucker for most of it. But yeah, it's
you got the I can't. This is fun. This is me every day. This is perfect.
Yeah, on game. I'm typecasted, bro. So I have one of the homies that are also one of the other characters. Like one of the managers came to like a dance battle just to watch for fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, this is that motherfucker. This is the character in there. So I get to be that. And it's so fucking weird because we won a couple film festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So it means we're in the group that can be nominated for Oscars.
Nerdcore went Oscars.
Nerdcore went Oscars, bro. What's up?
Now, speaking of dancing, though, and I gotta ask this because I feel like I have my answer. Who is the worst dancer that you know from the, you can say from the house and from that you just know in general? Who is the worst dancer that we may know?
I mean, like, a lot of them, what you gotta realize is that some of these guys actually have, like, dance experience. Like, Matt was, like, an old school pop locker back in the day.
Oh.
The Shofu was in the jerk phase, like, really, like, in the 2000s era. Beat down crumps like hella. And I know, like,
the beatdown one does not surprise me, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that don't surprise me. But then, like, even the people that aren't, like, necessarily, like, dancers like that, like, Scoot and Shizzy, they know how to, like, get down, like, Shizzy actually fucking surprised me. There was, like, when we filmed the Champion Cypher, and everyone was having their break, we had, like, me and Beatdown just went back and forth, and then after, like, 100 songs, Shizzy just, like, ended up putting on, like, every song from Step Up, being like, okay, now you gotta hit this shit. And then it was literally just, like, everyone kind of sliding in. Who is the worst dancer, though?
The Shizzy one kind of surprises me because I was thinking he wouldn't be the worst, but I feel like he would be that, like, that middle of the pack type.
Nah, he had style. I feel like it's tied purely because I don't think I've seen him, like, dance. He'll groove with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when there's, like, a good song, he'll have, like, the bounce to it. But, like, when it comes to dancing, nah. When it comes to dancing, I don't think he's actually there. Because, at the end of Shizzy's Cypherverse, that ended up getting deleted, we just ended up just going back and forth with a lot of people. And, like, we kind of pulled Ty in, and he just kind of did the, oh, you know, the drunk girl in front of the camera and then leave
Yeah.
situation. That's kind of what he did. And so it's like, yeah, I think out of everyone, he is the worst dancer purely because he doesn't have the confidence to dance.
Ty seems like the nonchalant dreadhead.
Because the thing is, like, Kez will dance, and he's kind of shit. But I feel like Ty doesn't dance because he's shit. You get me?
No, that makes sense. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'll say Ty for now.
Word. Now, going to the Music Park Exchange Champion Cypher. I need to know one artist. You can't say Kez, right? But one artist that you like love making music with. You want to make more music with them. And no, I know y'all have more songs coming. Don't say Peso either. I'm limiting 2 options because I know that one.
I mean, probably Jish is in terms of like the people I'm working with there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, a lot of those guys, I am just working a lot with. And I mean, like, it's really the people that are like, I'm still able to get a lot of contact with, you know, because like, even though like I had like a mad experience over there with them, like, I barely see Shizzy and Cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's just in that like other service type shit. But when it comes to literally like anyone else, they're still around and they're still worked. So like, I'm pretty sure there's a song in the work with like everyone in the champion side. I'm pretty sure somewhere in the cut.
Hey, we're here for it.
Like, in terms of the number of like songs, it's probably in terms of like, I mean, that's another thing. In terms of people I rap with, it's Cheech. But because you mentioned champion cypher, the person I work with probably the most is Omar on like a beat making. So like, there's a lot. Me and Omar, like, anytime he drops like a beat pack, I'm always like the first one on call, because he's a fucking night gremlin, so he posts it, and that's when I'm awake. It's like,
you got the luckiest part with the time zones.
literally, it's like the most lucky and the most unlucky thing, because the people that are the gremlins, they get the first pick, but the people who aren't the gremlins, they get the last pick. So even though like I'm always on call with guys like Inuit, like, you know, those guys, it's like he posts at a respectable time, so I barely rap on his beats. It's like, fuck.
Why you gotta post at like a normal time, man? Post at like 3 a.m. It's fine.
Come on, man. Come on. Where's my 3 a.m. shit?
Now, we're getting to that time, man. Now, is there any closing remarks that you would like to make? I mean, you can say an announcement. Obviously, I'm going to cut out the part that, you know, we talked about already. But is there any closing remarks that you would like to make? Anything that you would like to say to the peoples?
Don't stop grinding. I've been doing weird shit, and now I'm successful at it. You know, like, keep on doing shit. I feel like I'm proof that you can be springboarded just by being yourself, you know? Keep at it. And the epitome of that is Fever Dream, the album dropping February 28th. Is the chaos that is my life into one album, and it goes everywhere because I go everywhere. Just to prove that you can be yourself and do all this shit, bro. So yeah. Shout out the album, shout out all my features on that, which I probably shouldn't announce, because I want the album experience to be a surprise, even if I announce that shit if this drops after the album. But yeah, keep being you, and I'll keep being me, and let's see where it gets us, baby.
Yeah, man.
Not everyone can handle the zest, but damn, does it make guacamole taste good.
On that note, that's the most realist thing you could have said, man. Hey, man, listen. It's been a while, but I'm back. All right, I had to take a little break. We had to take everything chilling, and I had to come back with a bang. All right, my guy here, I appreciate you, my boy. Make sure I'm gonna drop this early. Make sure y'all tune into return stream like 3 hours later from when this drops. We're here. We not leaving. We grinding. We ready. And yes, we will react to the album. I'm here for it.
Fuck yeah.
It's been your...
Literally, I have this champion cipher literally loaded up right after this ends. I want to see that reaction.
Hey, man. Listen, I still don't know Pokemon. And on that note, we are out. I appreciate Limeking. It's going to go crazy 2025. We here for it. Man, catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.